Hi everyone, this is Miss Monday. I'm here to help you with part 6, question 4. In the question and answer document, there was a question about letter B, C, and G. So I'm going to answer B, C, and G right now. So for part B, first of all, we always want to factor out the greatest common factor if we can. So I see that the greatest common factor is 3x. So I'm going to factor out 3x and I'm left with 5 minus x. And now, so on the inside, I'm left with a binomial, 2 terms. So I am going to look and see if it's a perfect, if it's a difference of 2 squares. 5 is not a perfect squared and x is not a perfect squared. So this is not a difference of 2 squares. So we're just going to leave it just like that. Okay. Now in letter C, we have x plus 3 squared minus 4 times x plus 3. This one is a little bit challenging. So this is all one term and this is all one term. This is one term because of the square. This is one term because of the multiplication. So we have a binomial. So I'm going to see first if I can factor out a greatest common factor. So I look at both terms and I notice that both terms have x plus 3. So in both terms, I'm going to factor out x plus 3. And so then I'd be left with, if I factored out x plus 3 from this, I'd be left with, oops, I'm not going to put parentheses. I'd be left with x plus 3. And then if I factored out an x plus 3 from here, I'd be left with minus 4. And then I'm going to combine those like terms. And so my final answer is x plus 3 times x minus 1. That's a pretty challenging question, I would say. Okay, and then in letter G, we have x plus 1 squared minus 6. So this is also a binomial because this is one term and this is a second term. So with binomials, first I would see if I can factor out the greatest common factor, and these two have nothing in common. Okay, and so then what I would do next, if it's a binomial, I would see if it's a difference of 2 squares. So the first term is a perfect squared. There is a minus sign. The second term isn't a perfect square, but you could just take the square root, which is what they did. Now, I probably wouldn't ask a question like this because I think it's a little bit rude, but whatever. Okay, so for a difference of 2 squares, remember that we open up parentheses, 2 parentheses, we put a plus sign and a minus sign. I'm going to take the square root of the first term, which is x plus 1, and then I'm going to take the square root of the second term, which would be root 6, the square root of 6. Okay, so that's it. Again, I don't think I would ask a question like this. I think it's a little bit rude, but whatever. All right, everyone, have a wonderful day.